Aries, let's clear some smoke. We're going to do a return of the X session. See what the energy is regarding this X. Wanting to come back to you. Let's get right on into it. Divine may have 3 best cards for the reason, the energy behind the reason this X is returning to our Aries. 3 best cards, please, Divine. Chaser. Paradise. The Phoenix. Okay. Mentally, the chaser is energy of, it says a chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. They're on the run from someone, possibly someone that's doing them in right now. And it feels like this is a situation of they thought the grass was going to be greener with this person. This may have been a person that they were emotionally cheating on you with this person. This was not someone that they actually actively were dealing with in real life, but it could be that too, but it feels like the strongest message coming through, it feels like this was a type of fairy tale situation. Now this may have been someone they knew from they've actually known in real life, but they weren't dealing with this person in real life. Let's say they lived in another state or something like this. And so, or it was their childhood sweetheart or their first relationship type thing, and they reconnected in some way over social media or whatever the case may be. And it could be something as abstract as someone that they met some kind of way online. But they did have some type of history with this person. And this relationship fear of abandonment issue. So they may have tried to step out with this person, or this person convinced them that it would be better with them, because it feels like Aries, there's something about structure with you coming through. Now, in the environment, we have energy of paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, exploring each other. Enjoying each other and exploring too. But they're realizing that the environment between you two was really fantastic, right? And Aries is exciting in pretty much every way. Most people can't deal with the polar opposite of Aries. It's not something that, and Aries gets sometimes a lot of flack for that, being short-tempered or whatever else, because very passionate is the first, they like to win. And they really, Aries really doesn't care to lose. Myself, I have Aries in my moon sign. My Aries is my moon sign, so yeah, we don't like to lose. But that's also because we do so much to make sure that we win. And Aries has a natural leadership energy surrounding them, or a take charge type of energy. So if it's not understood well, and it is on responsibility of us as Aries to make sure that it's understood well, that we communicate well, which sometimes can be a shortcoming for us. We act first and ask questions later, and every sign has their thorn in their side. But when we're evolved, we can at times slow ourselves down enough to do it the right way, to do it in the proper order. So with this paradise at the center, it seems like your energy is evolving, or was getting to that place, or is at that place of where you learned how to ask questions first and act later, right? Now the Phoenix is here in the spiritual energy, and new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. This first thought that comes to mind is curiosity. You definitely want to understand what's going on with this person, because unbeknownst to this person, when you all split or whatever happened, you may have been a real cold fish about it. Okay, it was the first time this person probably ever seen you not really emotionally respond to something, because you were so deep in your pain and disappointment and anger that if you had have acted out, it would have been a really, really ugly situation. So you just you just went cold on everything. Okay, you were like, cool, okay, this is what you want to do, because you were so hurt by this person betraying your trust, betraying the promises, everything that you all had built, and this relationship was substantial to you. You put a lot of work and a lot of effort in it, so much to the point that after it was over, you had a sour taste in your mouth for quite a bit of time about romance and romantic energy. Not enough to not play the game, not enough to blame everybody that comes after the fact, not enough to say I'm never going to do anything again, but it was enough for you to sit down, to take a season off, take a gap year, if you will. Okay, because you really had put something with this situation that it was going to be something permanent. Okay, so let's get into the details, my dear Aries. All right, darling, deep breath. Focus your energy. Open mind, open heart. Let's get ready to receive. All right, Divine may have 5 best cards for the cause. This energy between surrounding this ex return, please. 5 best cards. 3 of Wands in reverse. Queen of Pentacles upright. The Hierophant. Ace of Swords. And the 6 of Cups in reverse. I haven't used this deck in a while, but I don't know, probably at least a year. But I just finished my solo leveling journey. A little bit of that Jin Woo and that Beirut, but now I'm checking out Chainsaw Man. Got a couple others in the hopper, but Chainsaw Man is interesting on Crunchyroll. But anyway, because it's going to be heavy. That's why I started off a little light. This finna get heavy. But not in a bad way. Hold on, Aries. We're going to get through it. 3 of Wands in reverse. You have not in any way been looking for this person to return to you, because remember that we spoke about that anger up front. When you see me walking down the street, cross the street and let me walk on by. That's the energy. But there's enough love that you had such a deep love, bond, care, responsibility, all the things. This person probably did not know how deep your love ran for them. Because Aries can be very playful and very give the appearance of detachment or whatever else, especially when they really, really love someone. That's a level of comfort we have. Like if we not on you and at you in a gentle way or a corrective way or anything else, we're relaxed with you, as Aries energy. Just relax. There's nothing to be about, because you know how we do. You know how we roll. So I don't have to be on you. And sometimes people can mistake that as this, like, well, you don't really care about me like that. Like, Aries is nothing but emotion, baby. Nothing but strength. Nothing but power. So when we get relaxed, the guards are down. And we believe in you. We trust you. We believe in us. Because right now we don't have to be on guard. We're working for us because we're one. Okay, there's a unity there. So there's no need to govern you or watch over you or manage you or check it. None of that. We don't need the reports. We already know the facts. We're going to win. So, especially with Aries at the helm. But with this 3 of Wands, you really weren't expecting this person to come back. Not to mention that there is a bit of bruised ego energy here of where, you really didn't want to get the close. You really didn't want to know why. I mean, in a lot of ways you did know why, but you thought everything you knew was BS anyway, like, whatever, loser. But in a facetious way, not literally, but you were like, whatever, loser. That's what you want to do, fine. Do it. Who cares? Disassociating. And so this is not something that this was not on your bingo card this year. Queen of Pentacles upright, Hierophant, and Ace of Swords. Queen of Pentacles would represent the energy you once felt for this person, how you felt that they were really perfect for you and they were going to fit. Hierophant was this to symbolize the definite level of commitment in your energy. And now that this person is reaching out to you again, you can't help but think of them that way. However, the Ace of Swords is here with the 6 of Cups in reverse. Even though this is the truth, the facts of the matter is you are not looking to reconcile with this person at this time. You don't want to go back down memory lane. You don't want to remember anything because it was one of the greatest emotional losses you've experienced thus far. You put a lot of energy, effort, time, and planning into this. And this person may not have known all your plans and things, but that's also an Aries trait. We like to surprise people with things, especially people that we love and we care about. We want it to unfold. We want to be a step ahead of you. Again, we want to win. But I mean, you might have been up to the point that you were considering proposing, or you were ready to accept the proposal of this person. Like you thought that you all were on track for that. And then all of a sudden, you found this out and it was devastating. Again, devastating to the point that the only thing you could do to save your reputation and possibly your freedom, we don't want no cases on us, was to just, you had to pull back hard. Like, okay. Well, I'm just saying that they're trying to explain to you what's going on. You just like, okay. Because you're too busy fighting them demons. Like, I should lunge over this. They see when you see somebody tell somebody some bad news and they sit there for a second, they calm and they make it. You see their mind is working and ticking and they say, fuck it. And they get, you know what? Fuck it. And they jump across their table trying to choke the shit out. And somebody, thank God somebody's in the room to hold them back. Yeah. Okay. That's where you potentially were at the time that you found out about this betrayal. And they were just like, I just don't understand. I don't think you love me in the way. You, what? What? Like, it was, okay. No. We can't kill him. We can't kill this person. I'll then go, I'm not like my life. You know what I'm saying? I like my life. I love my life. My mama, my daddy. I love my life. I love my kids. Just don't kill this. You can't do it. That's what, like, when they were talking, something along them lines. I understand, darling. I understand. Personal effect this is having on you. 3:33 was on the clock. On a timer, that is. Okay, so find 2 more cards. This is a disturbance for you. Because it's that energy of, you got what you wanted. Didn't I let you go? Did I stand in your way? Did I try to haunt you? Did I try to hold it over your head? Did I take it to public? Did I act, was I inappropriate in public? Didn't I keep my cool privately? What do you want? You hurt me. You embarrassed me. I feel like you tried to make a fool out of me, and now you want to, what do you want? Now you want to come back? For what? The Wheel of Fortune, clarifying the 3 of Wands in reverse. This is your opportunity to see. Now, there was a curiosity as to how it was playing out, and now you're getting the karma's, the wheel of karmic. The karmic wheel is coming around to show you that, yeah, it was just as you thought. You may have carried it for a while, especially with this Queen of Pentacles and this Hierophant upright. And they very well may be engaged, because that just came through. They very well may be engaged to this person and committed, and now they're trying to, and they're not satisfied here. So this person already is interesting. Okay? We're not here about them. We're here for you. So with this Wheel of Fortune, the karmic wheel has given you an opportunity to see what your life would have been like had you stayed on this path with them. Because sometimes the divine interrupts us in the most painful of ways. There were things that maybe you weren't seeing about this person, or things that you just figured, no one's perfect. Because Aries has a lot of space for imperfection. Because Aries, again, remember that energy of act first, think later at times. So we know what it is to be an emotional and passionate person. And then figure out later, oh, that wasn't the best thing. Oh, I missed that piece of information. Oh, so we always give people the benefit of the doubt. For the most part, let's say 95% of the time. Okay. Now, this is an opportunity for you to see what your fortune would have been had you stayed, and also an opportunity to see the karmic energy of what they're experiencing there. Now they want to come back here, and they're trying to hedge their bets. So they're dissatisfied somewhere, right? The codependent energy. They're dissatisfied. This is a person that projects themselves as being this independent. They're very intelligent. Let's say it that way. Very intelligent is if they're presented as Queen of Pentacles in the upright. They got that mask on tight to the point that they the con man's con man. They really do believe everything that they're saying. They've really put this mask on super tight. It's no longer something that they take off. They really do believe that they are what they say they are, even though that they don't do what they say they are. They're not. They don't live that life, but they think they are that life. They've convinced themselves. They're acting. They're method actors. Let's say it that way. And they've been on stage a lot, and people give them the spotlight because they're so good at presenting that they are what they are not. Now, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse, Ten of Wands in reverse. Do not open up your door or your resources to this person, literally or emotionally. With this Nine of Pentacles, really think about, put it this way, if this person has reached out and you have not, and you're in a space of where you have not answered them, don't answer them with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And don't answer them. Don't move until you really see it. Don't move until you really know if you want to have an understanding of what occurred, or if you really want to hear their voice again, or anything else, because it's in a very delicate position. You still have undealt with emotions and feelings that are very, very powerful. That you kind of like put it in a box and shoved it under the bed and didn't think it was going to ever come up again. Okay, because this may be the first person that you were ever truly in love with. You loved other people, but not like you loved this person. You were in love and loved this person. It's very different energy. And so the sound of their voice, their scent, the way that they look, all of those things will trigger you to overwhelm you, because perhaps you haven't really dealt with it. The Seven of Wands, your defenses are not good enough. And the Ten of Wands it would just be easy for you to slip right back into this, under their spell. Okay. Now the Eight of Pentacles is here, of where expansion of the opportunity. You need to expand on the energy of rejecting nostalgia and rejecting what you know of the past. Because remember, the past was not real for them. Okay. This is an imposter. And right now, the strongest message coming through in terms of their energy is that they're already kind of betrothed to this person. Right? The other person got to the step of actually proposing to them. You were in the position to do it. You were going to do it. The other person actually can't, like say they hop, skip, jump 6 months, 9 months in, they were already proposing and everything else. See, probably between you, they felt that things were getting serious. But serious in a way as to they really expected you were talking family and everything else. And maybe you all were talking about having kids. And this person really just wants to be the star of the story. They have a very narcissistic way about them. Okay. So they weren't thinking along those lines. They just wanted to be, I don't know, worshipped and adored. And when it came down to actually building something, knowing that they were going to have responsibility and be accountable and it was going to be permanent, then they started this thing of moving out. Like, oh, this person is insufferable. Like when you saw the messages and the emails, what they were saying and being with your energy, they were complete opposite when they were describing what was going on between you to this other party that they found themselves with. And now that other party has gotten under their spell in the same way. And now they're expecting things, and now they want to jump back over to you and be, oh, the damsel or in distress, or the mistreated man. They're not getting the love and the affection, or the person if it's a man, oh, she's a shrew, and she just blah 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 blah, and she's just always accusing me, and it's just so miserable, and she don't take care of me the way, whatever it's gonna do, it's gonna pull at what you did, what you loved doing for them, how well you treated them. It's going to come around that way. They're going to shine it up like a new penny. But this Eight of Pentacles is like, continue that energy of no. Uh-oh. We lost a card here. Eight of Cups. Let's see. More information on this Queen of Pentacles, please. Three of Swords in reverse. And Ace of Pentacles upright, yeah. They want to eliminate and erase. They want to give a really great story as to, they were just, let's give an example. Like, I was so immature. I really didn't realize how great you were. There was been nobody better than you. I just didn't understand it. I was so immature. I was being a child. And now being with this person, I realized that you're really the only person for me. And, you know, et cetera, something like that. Okay? Again, great actor, actress. Okay? But really the only person they're concerned about being safe and getting some room until they can get to the next hustle is themselves. They need a safe place to go. Remember, that energy early on was what? Codependency. And now, like the phoenix, they want to rise again. Black cat, 9 lives. All right. Divine, what do you want your Aries to know? King of Wands upright, look at you. Queen of Cups in reverse. Page of Swords upright. And the Five of Pentacles. You'll get a strong urge of wanting to play a little bit of game with them and exact your revenge. But remember, you can't hurt or harm somebody without hurting or harming yourself. You have to go into that energy too, and you've done a lot of work to pull away from it. But it is also bringing up energy that the divine wants you to know that you have to deal with your emotions about it. It's time to reconcile that energy and resolve it within yourself too, about this hurt and this pain. And you may feel that it weakens you in some way to admit that you were done in, but actually it's going to be your greatest strength when it comes to your romantic life, relationships, and on down the line when you choose to be married. Because if you don't recognize that you could be hurt, harmed, or scammed by the person closest to you, the likelihood of it repeating again is high. Remember, you have to have, as much as you have a great offense in the game, you also have to have a great D-line. And right about now, you're not working on your defense system because you just you may not want to admit that it even happened. It's just too painful. But it's how you're choosing to look at it. Now it's time to look back on it as something that occurred. And now it's time to glean the wisdom. It's time to open that, to reread that book and pull the wisdom out of it, the lessons from it, okay? And the things that, because it's all right there. How things went to the left, how they got you in this place, what things you ignored, what questions what you stifled about the energy, what you ignored within yourself, the divine leaders and intuitions that you just decided that didn't matter, the little things that they used to do that annoyed you, but you just thought, oh, well, the other things are so great. It's just something. Love covers over a multitude of sins, and love is blind. It blinds you to the facts. Okay? To the truth. And it can alter the facts, if you will, of how they're seen. So, anywho, King of Wands coming in as your energy. Take control, take charge of yourself. Do not be afraid. It is absolutely your decision of whether or not you want to entertain anything from this person. It's up to you. They're not going to go away. This is going to linger for a moment in terms of them trying to get you. They're going to keep going and trying to break you down. They may send old pictures. They may, say, oh, guess where I was today, and da-da-da-da-da, and send you little messages, and they're going to keep going until something gets you to trigger you to respond. Enough of nostalgia with the Six of Cups energy in reverse that you'll be like, oh my God, and you won't even think about it, and you'll react rather than respond. Your response right now is silent. Like, how come you haven't answered me? That was my answer. The silence was my answer. But if they could keep going and get something that was so beautiful emotionally for you, like a perfect day or a very romantic time or something else, they're going to keep going until they get a budge from you. Okay, just be prepared for that. But when you do this, understand you already know that that's going to happen, and you can determine when and where you want to check in and tap in and see how desperate they get to the point. It's going to be a few things. Don't just jump at the first thing. They're going to keep going until they figure out something and be like, oh, okay. You can, and then also you'll see the pattern, and it'll help you to stabilize your emotions to see, okay. Now, Queen of Cups in reverse and the Page of Swords upright, exactly. They're in it for themselves. Okay, remember again, they got trouble in paradise now, and they're going to come in with the same story that they took to this person. Now, again, they're so like convinced of how smooth they are, they're not going to realize the patterns that they have. They're going to think they're smarter than everybody else being you. And they're just going to come in and try to regurgitate and do the things that worked with this person. They weren't true, but they worked. They can be a damsel in distress, or this person is this, and they may not go full on and say that this person is a jerk or anything like that, but they just don't give me the freedom. Or, for instance, they're going to give it to where this person is lacking and you're better than the other person. Play to your ego, play to your vanity. Okay, perhaps you all had a wonderful intimate life, and this person is, they don't even know how to do this. Can you imagine this? And da 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 da. Or let's say you were really organized or something. There's going to be something where they give this polar opposite to make you feel like you're the better. You should be. You're better than them. I was crazy. They will throw themselves under the bus, so that you can save them. So you can put the bus in reverse and be like, oh, poor you. No, you got to be like that long time ago with that dentist. She ran over. I forgot how many times that woman ran over that man. It's not, I'm just saying, figuratively speaking, not literally, but she ran over that man like, 4, 5 times? Like he was a speed bump. Okay, anyway. Mentally fortitude, honey. Mental fortitude, not literally. Page of Swords is to keep careful watch. Okay, even if you're engaged, even when you decide to engage with this person, because majority feels like you're going to do that, because again, it's about your healing here too. You're playing your side of the board, they're playing theirs. You're playing to win, and they're playing, but they've already lost. They just don't know it yet. And this is going to come to you. Page of Swords is about observation and strategy. Okay, when they zig, you zag. Okay. And 5 of Pentacles, leave your emotions and romantic notions at the door. They got to stay outside. Because it was good, but it wasn't as great as you thought it was. Remember, 6 of Cups in reverse. There's one thing about it being y'all's history. It's another thing about it mattering. And how this person exited and did what they did and what they did. If you still have anything from what occurred, or any information about how you guys split, review that so that you can remind yourself of the monster and the beast that you're dealing with. But at the same time, Aries, we like to play with our food on occasion. Maybe we're in a space where we're bored, and let's entertain it. Let's see what let's entertain let this clown entertain us. Okay, send in the clowns. All right, Aries, that is your session. I do appreciate you so much. Remember, back then is not now. Always be in harmony with your surroundings. Stay sucker free. Hope to see you again.